Hey, book club! This time I've got the Rampart Trilogy for you. The Rampart Trilogy is a three-part series by M.R. Carey, where book one is the Book of Coley, book two is the Trials of Coley, and book three, right there, is the Fall of Coley. And if you've been following my channel, you'll see that a couple weeks ago I posted a review for the Book of Coley, which is book one in the Rampart series, and I was really excited about it. So I thought I'd do a review on book one. And I usually do a series review instead of reviewing one book at a time. But I was just excited for the Book of Coley and wanted you to hear about it. So I posted that review a few weeks ago. So you might have seen it. This review is the review of the series, all three books of the Rampart Trilogy. And so here's what I thought now that I've finished all three books. I've got to say that I had sky-high expectations for the Rampart Trilogy, and it delivered, mostly. I love the characters, I love the world, I loved the story, I loved the conflict. It was a lot of fun, but it was unexpectedly preachy, and I don't love my fiction to preach to me. Despite how much I love the story, the feeling that lingers days after I close the last page is disappointment. But let me explain, because it's not all bad. It just depends on you. Because it is actually really, really cool. So I know I'm being confusing. I need to explain. The Rampart Trilogy is a dystopian series that breaks through every mold of the genre. It breaks it open, spills its guts on the ground to be eaten by trees and beasts while you watch with big eyes and a goofy grin. And all you can do is say, I want more. This is our future. The world was destroyed by the science that tried to make it better, and then the wars that followed, which made it worse. It's set in England, nearly 400 years after the end. And Coley's entire universe is the walled village he and two others call home. It's a world where everything that lives hates us. That's what Coley said in the book. And it's a perfect description. The walls protect them from man-eating beasts and trees that can move and kill living things, which are all descendants of the genetically modified creations of humans who tried to improve on nature. Cities are gone. Science is extinct. The only remnants of the lost world that remain are names of places, religion, knowledge, even societal norms, but they're all shadows of what used to be. There are rare remaining weapons and gadgets from the world that was, but they're mysterious and misunderstood and coveted tech. Who holds the tech makes the rules. Stay inside the walls, respect the tech, and survive. It is cool. It's as cool as it sounds. I really, really love the world. It's a completely unique take on a dystopian future that tells its story with a careful blend of light science fiction and subtle fantasy. It is really, really fun. Coley's story is full of imagination, yet freakishly plausible. There are thrills, there are surprises, there are subtle nuances in language and the use of words and dialect that honestly delighted me on every page throughout all three books. I just wish the author would have left out the commentary on current social issues. You got to understand, guys, I don't mind a discussion on contentious topics. I even welcome perspectives that are different than my own in my stories. I mean, that's how we learn new things and see things from different perspectives. And that's the magic of books. It's how we learn things we didn't know. But I don't like to be preached to about it. And in this story, the issue specifically of gender identity is a leading conflict and takes center stage, particularly in books 2 and 3. It's very in your face, and it's very one-sided. It centers on a 13-year-old girl who identifies as a girl but was born a boy. And the story culminates at the end of the trilogy with the primary adult character performing gender reassignment surgery on the child. Now, I personally found this topic, the treatment of this topic, way too shallow, the depiction of the complexities of the topic far too basic, and the resolution not plausible at all. Again, I don't mind discussion of the topic. I welcome discussion of all topics. I just don't like to be preached to in the books that I read, even if it's a topic that I happen to passionately believe in. I don't want to be preached to in the books I read. The books I read for fun and enjoyment are separate from things that I want to read about to try to convince me or put seeds in my mind about what should my views of a topic on a topic be. And this book went too far in trying to tell me what I needed to believe. Again, it could be something I'm passionate about, something I'm passionately against. Either way, I don't want to be preached to in a book, and this book got way too preachy. So there you have it. That's the preachy part, the part that really left me feeling disappointed. Other content watch-outs include Non-Descriptive Violence, the use of 4-letter words that got more significant as the trilogy advanced. There's some mild non-descriptive sexual content, and there's also mild descriptions involving just the practicalities of a physical body of a person that is a transgendered person. So there's definitely some things to watch out if you're sensitive in those areas as well. Now, I'm just laying it out there. I'm just giving you the facts. You can decide how you want to treat it, because the Rampart series is actually a fantastic story. To me, it just had a hard time staying in its lane. It's going to be best for adults. If it sounds like fun to you, go for it. You're not going to be disappointed. It was a really, really cool story. Best of luck. Happy reading, everyone.